Are you someone who openly looks for new ideas? Do you actively question whether what you think is accurate is actually accurate? How often do you update your knowledge? Are you stuck in your own mindset? Do you think, right, this is how it happened, this is how I've always done it, this is the way it should be done? Or do you dig into that, take a step back and think, well, actually, is this information still accurate? Is it still right? Is it still serving me as I think it is? And a few years ago, I started stepping back, and despite my decades of experience and qualifications in sport and health and exercise science and psychology and neuroscience, I step back and go, actually, do I have all of the answers? And to get to that point, you really do have to put your ego to one side. And it's hard because sometimes you think, well, of course I have all the answers. I've got all these qualifications and all this experience, but things move on, ladies and gentlemen. So it's really important to be open to new concepts, new findings, new technology, and to just question what you're doing often so that you're staying ahead of the game and really benefiting. And I'll give you a classic example. So a few years ago, I discovered that I'd been eating apples like this for many years. Delicious, full of great bacteria, a superfood for your microbiome. But then I read a research article a few years ago in a microbiology a journal, and it showed where all the good bacteria was located within the apple. Now, normally I would eat around the outside of that apple and then throw away the core. But it turns out that the goodness is in the core. Now, I didn't want to eat the core the way I was eating it because it's not very nice when you get to the core. However, if you eat an apple from the bottom, you don't even notice the core because it's such a small part of the body and the flesh of the apple. You don't notice it. So I now eat my apples from the bottom up, and when I get to the seeds, pips, I spit them out. I'm getting dramatically more good bacteria from every apple that I eat. And that is just one example. It's really important. Put your ego aside. Don't assume that you know everything, because what you thought was accurate may have been accurate one day, but when new findings come out, new methods need to be adopted. So keep an open mind, and that is what my whole smart wellness journey has been based upon. This, looking at what I was doing, what I believe based on the science that I was taught as I gained my qualifications. But science moves on, and so it's really, 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 really important that just because you have a qualification and some experience, do not think that what you're doing is right, because it may not be right based on the findings that we now have. So always keep an open mind and eat apples from the bottom up.